with different ideas and speak to their likings. Nobody can stop in this democracy, and so can't I. Now, what has happened? Actually, everybody knows. I have no complaints against the then chairperson of the Medical Council of India, and I would like to make it clear that whatever action was taken at that point of time, it was not initiated by my ministry, not my ministry, nor by me. As a matter of fact, I came to know, like many of you came to know, that the CBI has arrested the then chairperson. And as I have said, it was not sponsored, or we had not made any complaint also from my ministry. Just please.
Please, no comments. Let him, Minister. Please address the chair, Minister, Honorable Minister, address the chair.
And during his period, I have had a series of meetings with him as to how to improve the functioning, and particularly as to how to increase the capacity and increase the number of the medical colleges and the human resource across the country. But at that point of time, I would like to say, I didn't, by chance, I think I had a question in the other house. So the whole house, right, left and center, wanted some action to be taken. So in the wisdom of the government, at that point of time, we had no other option but to dissolve and go to the cabinet and go for the ordinance. Now from here, two things start parallel, which unfortunately no member of parliament, and at least if the ruling party members would have asked me, I would have told them what to speak about that. Now, while this had happened, whether that chairman would have continued or not, whether that elected medical council would have continued or not, the parallel thing was already going on. Because on June, when we came into power, the new UPA 2, in the presidential address, there was, in Rashtrapati Ji's speech, which was, everybody knows, is cleared by the cabinet, that NCHRH, that National Council for Human Resource for Education and for Health and similar council is going to be constituted for education as overall umbrella. And in this overall umbrella, all these, be that Medical Council of India, be Dental Council, they will be subsumed in that. So this was the decision of the government, which was reflected in Rashtrapati's Bhavan much before when this unfortunate thing happened. So I would like to say that even if that would have not happened, the overarching body, the ball had started rolling. And how the ball had started rolling? On 4th of June 2009, in her address to the joint session of the Parliament, Rashtrapati Ji announced that the government will set up two separate overarching regulatory bodies in higher education and health sector respectively. These are NCHRER and NCHRH. So on 22nd of June, just 1 month after the Rashtrapati Ji's Bhashan, on 22nd of June 2009, a task force of the members was constituted by the Health Ministry to facilitate the formation of the proposed commission. And who were the Naresh Dayal, Secretary, then Secretary, M.K. Bahan, Secretary, Department of Biotechnology, B.K. Srivastava, Director General Health Services, Ranjit Roy, then former Director DCJ, then Dr. Shetty, Dr. Narendra Reddy, Dr. Vidyanatha Iyer, former Secretary, Department of Women and Child, Raghbir Singh, former Secretary, Legislative Department, and Secretary for Higher Education. So this was the committee which was parallelly constituted. And on 31st of July, the task force submitted its report. Just within 2 months, the task force submitted report. Now, this also answer why we are seeking this extensions after extension. This is also answer to that. On 7th August 2009, state governments and other stakeholders were requested for their comments and suggestions. And October 2009, the report of the task force along with the draft will be placed on the official website of the Ministry of the Health. On 29th March 2010, comments were received from 14 states. This will also give you an answer when honorable members are saying that this overarching body should not be there. So this is also answer to that on 29th March 2010, comments were received from 14 states and UTs. Which were the states? Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, West Bengal, UP, Rajasthan, Assam, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry, Delhi, Andaman, Nicobar, Sikkim, Dadra, Nagar Haveli, and other stakeholders. And out of all these states, only Kerala government did not support the proposal. On 17th and 19th June, from 17th, 18th and 19th June 2010, regional consultations were held. Regional consultations at Delhi for the North India, at Mumbai for the Western India, at Bangalore for Southern India, at Kolkata for Eastern India, and Chennai for another part of the Southern India, attended by Vice Chancellors, principals of medical colleges, medical practitioners, academicians, representatives of regional IMA, besides the representatives of 17 state governments. While a wide range of opinion was expressed, the overwhelming consensus was in favor of urgent reform in medical education. On 30th August 2010, a conference of Central Council of Health and Family Welfare, which consists of all the health ministers of the country, and the Health Minister of India is the chairman, and this body also consists of the principal secretaries of the secretaries of the health of entire country. So health ministers and health secretaries of the entire country, presided over by the Minister of Health, Government of India, and the officers, they are the members of this apex advisory body, and ministers of 24 states were present. The proposal was unanimously accepted with some suggestions to be incorporated, which were subsequently incorporated. So following the conference of this, the ministry revised the draft of, the suggestions were incorporated. Then on March 2011, Cabinet Secretary directed the ministry to hold interministerial consultation and then resubmit the report. So having going consultation, then we were supposed to consult the ministries, various ministries, particularly the HRD ministry. And it took us fairly time. That's why we had to go for the second time. We had to come before the parliament that gave us second time permission. And on 17 September 2011, Secretary Legislature convened a second meeting of the officials of the Ministry of Health and HRD to resolve the issues. And then 14th October 2011, a revised bill was submitted to the Ministry for Law and Justice for concurrence. And 15 November 2011, revised Cabinet Note and NCHRH bill duly concurred by the Ministry Law and Justice was received. On 8 December 2011, revised Cabinet Note submitted to the Cabinet Secretariat, and 13 December 2011, Cabinet approves the proposal, and on 22nd December 2011, bill was introduced in the Rajya Sabha, and then subsequently in the December itself 2011, the Honorable Chairman of the Rajya Sabha forwarded that to the Standing Committee. So since December 2011, this bill is before the Honorable Standing Committee. So this is what necessitated. I have said the parallel things. While I said that it will be initially for 1 year, The purpose at that point of time that was that within 1 year we will be able to constitute this overarching body. But as I have given just blow by blow how difficult it was, the more we went into it, the more we thought that it is most important, because now after 1956 bill, some you are making after 1956, you are going to make some change. And this change could have not been done by the ministry sitting with some officials. We wanted a wide-ranging consultations. We wanted the accommodations to be parted. We wanted all the state governments to be on board. We wanted principals of the medical colleges, vice chancellors of the entire country who are dealing with the medical education. We wanted all of them to be on board. And while we were taking on board, some suggestions were coming, and those suggestions were simultaneously incorporated. And in the next meeting, whenever we used to have the meeting, again, those meetings were either passed or some more suggestions were given. So that necessitated us from one to coming to the parliament once, twice and third. Now having realized that we have the Honorable Chairman of the Rajya Sabha has forwarded this to the Honorable Standing Committee, I was expecting that by February, March or latest by April, the Standing Committee will clear this, and so that I can come before this House, August House, not for the third extension but also for the overarching body, which is the policy decision of the government. It's not individual, it's the policy decision of the government. In the first speech of the Rashtrapati, all of you were witness to that. So, since it could not come from the Standing Committee, I had no other option, because the date of this second concession which the Parliament has granted is going to be over on 14th of this. And during the session, I cannot go for ordinance. So, now the only available form for me was to bring a small amendment in the existing, the old bill, MCI, last time, where we had certain, from 1 year to 2 years. So here I am just taking from 2 years to 3 years. Well, it is not necessary that we may have to wait full 3 years. The moment we get, the recommendations from the Standing Committee, if I get tomorrow, I can come in the winter, I can come before the House in monsoon session. But I cannot here say, suppose for 5 months or 4 months the Standing Committee does not give me the recommendation. So tomorrow you will haul me up that you have said 3 months, 4 months. That's why I am taking.
Ramchandra, please. No, let him complete. The minister.
Please.
No, he speak on his legs. He's not yielding. He's not yielded. He has not yielded. Nothing.
This is what I am saying. This is what I am saying.
Please. Address the chair, please. Minister.
I will request through you, because the Honorable Standing Committee's members must be all sitting here or there. So it depends on the.
No, that is different issue.
May favor or may not favor. That's besides the point. That is besides the point.
Please, Minister, will you address that, please? No interference, nothing.
So,
except Minister.
Whatever the recommendations will be there, that is besides the point. But I cannot move forward having a bill referred to the Standing Committee in absence of any report. I cannot move forward.
Yes.
So only I can expect the report comes as soon as possible, so that we can go ahead with the overarching body. So that's my answer to that. Sir, another 2 points. I will just take not more than 5 minutes. My friend Mr. Sanjay has said that whatever has been done in 3 years, I had nothing to do as health minister to it. So all these notifications, as many as 22, have been done during this government as Health Minister Gulam Nabi Azad, and there's each notification original. I can distribute to all the members of the House, and whether this was during the period of erstwhile MCI chairman, I have had a series of meetings. You can check up with him. The moment I took up the first day when I took the charge, as a matter of fact, when I was Chief Minister, just before taking over this, the Health Ministry was with me. And as Health Minister, I had identified some grey areas, the acute shortage of human resource, and immediate need of setting up more medical colleges. The first thing I discussed in the ministry, and the first thing I think within a week after my taking over, I discussed with Mr. Ketan Desai that these are the grey areas which I have identified as the Chief Minister come Health Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, and that's why maybe the first time I became Junior Minister about 31 years back. I think you were studying that with Indira Gandhi ji. And since then I have not asked, I have had an opportunity to work with all the Prime Ministers, of course Congress Prime Ministers. I have never requested any Prime Minister what portfolio I would like to have. But this time I requested Prime Minister. I told him that you know my keen interest when I was Chief Minister. Every time if I would come to you only for hospitals. But then I realized that mere hospitals are not going to do wonders because there are no doctors, there are no nurses. And the first thing was unfolded to me that if we increase the colleges, there is no human resource, there is no faculty. So then these are the discussions. I think I had as many as 12 meetings with Mr. Ketan Desai. So you are saying old DCI or MCI or new ACI, whether this was old or new, all were in my ministry and I had discussion with all of them. This is what I want to end. This was subsequent to my decision. I cannot say that I told him do this. I posed him the problem to Medical Council. It is for them to give the solution, and the solution was given to me, and the notification was issued with the permission under my signature. I am very sorry you tried to mislead the House that the minister had nothing to do with all these notifications and decisions. I am very sorry. This I would like to impress. I think now, being a new member, you can take the liberty.
आज तक 60 साल से ज्यादा समय तक मेडिकल
मैंने अपने पीरियड की बात की, हमने सुनिए
बहुत सारे
संजय जी हमने अपने जब मैं
आपने बोला था सर वही चीज
संजय जी
डेमोक्रेटिक में कुछ नहीं
संजय जी उसमें अलग बात मैंने संजय जी मैंने अपने दौरान हर मिनिस्टर वो एजुकेशन हो होम हो कहता है कि हमारे डिपार्टमेंट ने 3 साल क्या किया, मैंने कभी वो डिपार्टमेंट पूरा करता
not
वो अलग बात पता। मैं पहले सवाल का जवाब दे रहा था कि आपने कहा कि ये
address the chair, please address the chair. You address the chair. No commentary, please. Nothing will contradict what is the minister's reply.
दूसरा, अब अभी तो आपने इतनी कहानी सुनी तो आप फिर वहीं गए। मैं तो ये कह रहा हूं कि गवर्नमेंट ने 2009 में 4 जून को राष्ट्रपति के भाषण में डाला है कि ओवर आर्चिंग बॉडी आएगी और उसमें मेडिकल काउंसिल, डेंटल काउंसिल और नर्सिंग काउंसिल उसका हिस्सा होंगे। उनके इलेक्टेड प्रेसिडेंट उसके मेंबर होंगे। मेडिकल काउंसिल को हम भंग नहीं कर रहे हैं, सुनिए, मेडिकल काउंसिल को हम भंग नहीं कर रहे हैं, डेंटल काउंसिल को हम भंग नहीं कर रहे हैं, नर्सिंग काउंसिल को भंग नहीं कर रहे हैं। सिर्फ इनके ऊपर ओवर आर्चिंग बॉडी बनेगी जिसके ये भी सदस्य होंगे, और वो इलेक्टेड बन के आ जाएगी। I would, sir, I would only submit and I would only submit at this point of time that let us not discuss the overarching body, because the overarching body, the moment it comes from the standing committee, and when I come before the parliament with a bill, at that point of time we have to discuss the overarching body. I was only mentioning, why did I mention overarching body? I mentioned that even the erstwhile President Medical Council would have continued, even otherwise that had to be subsumed in this overarching body, because we had already initiated the process of setting up a overarching body. So in this background I have said that. Okay. Now, insofar as the transparency is concerned, I think within 1 week after my taking over as health minister, the first press conference I have held, I said there are, complaints that there is a corruption in medical council, there is a corruption in the health ministry. And in the press conference, I said that I don't keep mobile, but I have this email at my residence, not even office. This is my email, and these are my private telephone numbers. So anybody, if somebody on behalf of the minister, on behalf of the ministry, on behalf of the board of governors, even then the erstwhile medical council was there, on behalf of erstwhile medical council members, should anybody approach to any medical college, dental college, nursing college for asking the money, you should through email and to telephone inform me. And the next day I wrote letter to all the principals and the chairmen, those who are owning the medical colleges and dental colleges across the country. Since then it is website. And in 2011, again I repeated the same letter that you should write to me. Now, if somebody is doing anything, I am not to be held responsible.
Please, madam, let him listen. Let him complete. No interference.
And this is why, sir. This is, let me be very,
No, please, madam.
Please, you had
Minister, you address the chair.
Madam, you had your say. That's why the health ministry had only one powers under 10A, that if a medical council of India rejects any medical college, the health ministry or the ministry had the powers under the Act 10A that he can send an independent inquiry committee to conduct the inquiry whether MCI has done good or bad, and then he can give the permission. The first opportunity when it came and this was dissolved, so I dispensed with that power of the ministry and gave to the medical council that I don't want to get into this. All powers are vested with the medical council. Nothing comes to me for any action except
Please, order. Please.
Except when only one power we have kept with us to give the written directions, policy decision. That's why policy decision is whether we have to increase the human resource, whether we have to increase the colleges, whether we have to change the regulation. Except that policy, as health ministry or health minister, we don't go into all these things. Right. So keeping all this in mind, I have had to speak many things, but since we have already taken a lot of time, so I would request honorable member and members and seek your cooperation that this extension from 2 years to 3 years may be granted.
The
Thank you.
question is